USA soccer is hitting an all-time low here in 2018. The big story, of course, is the U.S. national team failing to qualify for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. Their first failure to qualify since 1986. And by this time, people thought that the United States would be up there with some of the world's best national teams in terms of its player pool. I can remember back to 2002, we had a squad put together of journeyman European players and some domestic players in the early years of MLS that put together a good run to the quarterfinals, and we thought that the future was bright for the U.S. Soccer program. 2006, 2010, 2014, surely in one of those future World Cups, we would start knocking at the door of the world's best, not just on a one-off basis. Everyone can lower echelon teams can knock off the big boys once in a while, but we thought we could consistently hang with some of the great national teams like Spain, Germany, Italy. But here we are in 2018, a failure to qualify out of an easy region in North and Central America, a region that is improving, but not at a drastic rate. Certainly, the U.S. should be improving at a much faster rate than any of our competition in Central and North America here. So the idea that Panama or Honduras is growing at a faster rate than the USA is ludicrous to think about, or that shouldn't be the case. But lo and behold, we finished behind Honduras and Panama. Just needed to finish ahead of one of those two teams over a 10-match campaign, and we couldn't do it. Our player pool, and a lot of our player pool has chosen to commit itself and ply its trade in MLS, the franchise league system that runs itself like the U.S. sports model. So everyone, each team, each franchise returns each year, no matter how poor of a year they have. They are free to stagnate and yet come back again next year. So the pressure is low compared to the system that the rest of the world uses, the high pressure, real consequence, open access system where everything is merit based, where you fight for your place as a club in the divisions and as a player in each and every training session, in the first team and in the reserves and in the youth academy ranks. The U.S. system just does not compare. And you see now that our player pool has built its foundation here in the MLS system, in our closed shop U.S. soccer system. It's not cutting it. And it's best that U.S. players flee the U.S. system and go abroad into authentic soccer ecosystems. That's the only way they're going to be refined and develop and grow into international caliber players, or at least ones that can qualify out of CONCACAF and compete in World Cups. So the U.S. national team player pool has stagnated since 2002, 2006, 1998, 1994. We haven't made any strides forward. You can maybe say, oh, there's more depth overall, but really it's just a ton of mediocrity. There is little talent at the front in terms of our first team for the national team. So the national team program is in a world of hurt for the men. We are going to continue to stagnate unless we drastically change the method at which players are developed out of the USA, and that, of course, comes with our domestic club competition. It's not the national team that's in charge of player development. Clubs should develop players for the national team. It should just happen as a byproduct of a thriving club ecosystem. But of course, we have a closed system which kills incentive for most of our soccer clubs. So when 99% of the ecosystem has no incentive to strive for the pinnacle of Division One, why invest money into a youth academy? Why build a scouting network? Why pour yourself into the pursuit of excellence when there is no return on investment? And so you look at the U.S. system compared to open systems around the world, Germany or England, France, everything is incentivized there. There is incentive both to win your way up as a club and win promotion and get up to the higher divisions, or you can sell players and reinvest that money in your club. So there's tons and tons of incentive in an open system to commit yourself to strong player development. So the national team player pool won't improve until we align ourselves with the normal player development system that the rest of the world uses, mainly an open market that allows all clubs to compete and have a fair shot at the ecosystem, or at the top of the ecosystem. It's really just getting out of the way, fairly regulating things so that everyone has a fair shot. We're not guaranteeing outcomes for any club. We're just saying, hey, whether you are in position 1 or position 1,000, you have a fair shot to show your worth and prove yourself on the playing field. And that's how it should be. That's the American way, after all. It's the way we love here, or we claim to love. And we're about to start another season of our Division I MLS, and it's capturing a smaller and smaller slice of the USA Soccer ecosystem each year. As of 2016, 7% of USA Soccer TV viewers were watching MLS, compared to 93% watching foreign authentic soccer around the world. So it's clear that we want authentic soccer, and we don't like the MLS closed shop franchise model. It's as simple as that. The TV ratings are the best barometer we have of the success of our domestic club soccer system. So as MLS returns once again, literally nobody cares. We're all paying attention to authentic soccer around the world. And the little bit of attention MLS and the captive lower divisions outside of MLS do get, it's just because it's the only live soccer we have. So we're kind of forced to pay that tiny slice of attention to it. But other than that, it's slim pickings for the U.S. domestic club soccer model. When you look at the vast soccer-first population we have here, the number of players we have here, 24 million players, and the love of authentic soccer around the world, you'd think we would have a thriving domestic game. But of course, we're too stubborn, and we choose to run our soccer in a completely unnatural way, when all we need to do is just allow independent, unlimited clubs that are allowed to be as great as their abilities can take them, as their support and their staff and players can take them. But we are too stubborn here. We just won't do it. We are stuck in the ways of, we've always done it this way, or soccer is a baby sport here, which is just an absolute myth. So our national team has hit rock bottom compared to our recent history, and our domestic club competition is at rock bottom here. We can only go up from this point on. So let's choose to do the right thing. Let's dream big for American soccer. Dream better. We want a club soccer system that allows all people in clubs to compete and have a fair shot. Open up the market, increase competition, and you will see results. It's how normal industries work. And soccer's industry, just like any other, it's not just a game. There is more to it than that. There are real consequences outside of just a sport. And then on the national team side, the player development side, once you incentivize the fierce competition of thousands of U.S. clubs, you will see the player pipeline drastically fill, and our player pool will naturally, as a byproduct, increase in quality. We will start to leverage the massive, massive potential we have here in American soccer with our awesome diversity. We have a soccer history that goes back over a century. We have so many people here in America. We're the great melting pot, and we've proven that we love authentic soccer with our attendance for foreign friendlies and TV ratings for authentic soccer around the world. There is no doubt we are a soccer nation. We just don't have the system to fully leverage that. So if you like this video, make sure to share it out across social media and also subscribe right here to my channel. And I'll talk to you soon.